the cage.
Hyvä yleisö, tämän illan kolmas ottelu käydään painoluokassa 98 kiloa. Our referee judge of the octagon in this catchweight fight is Mika Moukari Sinkkonen.
To the blue corner, Michele Mirabella.
Next up, we have Michele Mirabella making his way to the cage. This will be a catchweight fight, very close to heavyweight in terms of size for both of these gentlemen. Riku Urholin will be his opponent here tonight. This is an exciting matchup. Michele Mirabella, very, very powerful striker. Very, very good all around. And these are two heavy boys.
Yeah, it's always nice to have big boys here at Helsinki House of Culture. I think one thing that is the big difference maker, or not difference maker, but a big difference between these two athletes is the experience. Because Mirabella has 10 professional fights, which may not be a lot, but Riku Urholin only has 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, he does have Urholin does have a wealth of experience in grappling, but that's a very, very different world. Specifically when you've got somebody who's bitten like 10 times. That's 10 times. You know, that's nothing to scoff at. And I think having made this walk to the cage 10 times it's a considerable advantage. Even just the nerves, you know, it's a different type of walkout than you might get in a grappling match. Similar, but it is not the same.
To the red corner, Riku Urholin.
Now making his way to the cage is Riku Urholin. This no-gi European champion and ADCC medalist is the brother of Jesse Urholin, a legend in his own right here in Finland, though still early in his home career. Riku is an interesting character, Alexi. A great sense of humor from what I gather. Him and I have not spoken much shit, but from what I gather, he's quite a character.
Yeah, he's honestly a very deep, caring personality, but he has a bit of an edge in him, in a real character that he likes to bring out. But what really stands out on him is the grappling credentials, like you stated. He's not a guy that anyone in Europe or in the world wants to end up in the ground at this weight, especially if Riku gets top position. Excellent submissions, very wide submission arsenal, very agile on the ground for a big man. But the only problem he's had so far in his MMA career has been that striking, that willingness to push the fights to the ground. He has tried to test himself a little bit, which really backfired in his professional debut.
Yeah, you know, he does have that kind of ADCC championship background, no-gi European champion, a BJJ black belt, but that's not going to help you on the feet against somebody like Michele Mirabella. This is a very dangerous matchup for him. Here we have the tape. No large discernible advantages. Michele Mirabella
does, of course, have the advantage in terms of experience, however, and he is a few years Riku Urholin's senior.
In the blue corner, fighter with a professional record of 5 wins and 5 losses, weighing 97.5 kilos,
Fighter of Italy, Michele Mirabella! In the red corner, fighter with a professional record of 1 win and 1 loss, weighing 97.6 kilos, from Pori, Finland, Riku, the Discipline Urholin!
Riku Urholin versus Michele Mirabella set to begin here tonight. Very interesting matchup, and I think one of the key questions that I have leading into this fight is how has Riku been able to improve his stand-up, and how will he deal with the kind of experience of a seasoned veteran and Michele Mirabella? Touch of gloves, and we are underway here in the first round of Riku Urholin versus Michele Mirabella. Mirabella keeping that left arm, you know, a bit busy here to make sure that, you know, he's able to gauge the distance and potentially keep that shot from coming from Riku Urholin.
It looked a little bit as if Mirabella's game plan would be to counter Urholin coming in, like pumping the left hand out, keeping his right hand loaded. But I think this is what Riku needs to do in his fights. Just rush in, close the distance. Now he has his hands clasped, and he has decent takedowns against the cage. But we'll see. At least now, where he's most comfortable at.
Yeah, you know, if for me personally, not being anything near a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, I would be kind of looking to get my arms on the inside and wrap those arms around Michele Mirabella so that I could potentially secure a takedown. What do you think he needs to do here, Alexi?
That is true. That's exactly what you said. Very good, Steve.
Swim for those underhooks.
But one thing that's also interesting here, this matchup was originally made for last December to be fought at Cage 56.
Right.
And due to, I remember, I think it was injury or Riku Urholin got sick, the fight was moved to this card. So Mirabella has had a really, really long time to prepare. He's basically done 2 full camps to prepare for Urholin's grappling. So, and I think that shows. Like he is still on his feet and defending very well, keeping his hips at bay, not falling for the foot sweeps, and digging his left underhook underneath, trying to pick Riku up and keep Riku from getting a dominant hand position.
Yeah, you know, you might not be particularly impressed with the physique of Riku Urholin, but for Michele Mirabella to still be on his feet when the power of a fellow like Riku Urholin, who does have incredible grappling credentials, well, there you have it. He's down. So, I mean, it was impressive while it lasted, though. You know, almost half the round he spent trying to fight off that takedown, but it did indeed come. Try as you might, prepare as you will, Riku Urholin still has a tendency to get these things to the ground.
And Riku is definitely, he's posturing up heavy from half guard, looking to ground and pound. Sitting on that leg. He needs to be careful with Mirabella not angling out from the guard, but man, with grappling credentials and the weight of Riku Urholin, sitting on your leg, it will be difficult to move.
Yeah. Physique be damned. I mean, he's right here and throwing hard shots and applying pressure.
He didn't rush at all. Mirabella basically gave him that mount. I think it was partially the threat of ground and pound, just Riku posturing up heavy. Mirabella trying to move, Riku just slowed right into the mount position.
Yeah, this is a horrible spot to be in if you're Michele Mirabella. Riku Urholin does have quite some power to him. As we saw when he was on the feet, he tried with an elbow.
And now he sorry to interrupt,
Oh,
Steve,
no, absolutely.
He got the far side wrist control. and he's riding the leg, kind of like a Dagestani handcuff positioning. And now he's almost able to ground and pound at will, as long as he can maintain that arm control and his hips heavy.
You cannot pay me enough money to be in that spot that Michele Mirabella now finds himself in. That, Dagestani handcuff style arm control and that leg hooked. There are not a lot of places to go if you are Mirabella right now.
1 minute.
And Riku moves back to mount.
Yeah, this is very, very dangerous with a pretty considerable amount of time in play. He goes for the omoplata, my very favorite submission, but he does not manage to get it. And now he's reversed, and he has Michele Mirabella himself, no small gentleman, on top of him, winging away with that right hand.
That was a shocking turn of events.
Absolutely.
If something ever is. And now Mirabella is taking Urholin's back.
He's now got the back of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and he's looking for that choke. And he very well may get it here. Short time, Urholin taps. Incredible performance from Michele Mirabella, tapping the ADCC champion, the Nogi European champion, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in Riku Urholin.
As you said before, submission grappling is a very different sport from MMA, but even all things considered, I am still shocked. I am absolutely shocked.
I'm shocked as well. That was short time left, and he tapped. So it happens, that kind of split-second decision-making when you've got somebody as big and as powerful as Michele Mirabella on your back. Might not be the best, but guess what? That's a hell of a performance for Mirabella. Very shocking to see. Here comes that big right hand over the top in the replay for Riku Urholin. A little short elbow there as well, leading to an attempt at the takedown, which he eventually, of course, did secure.
And Riku was in complete control so far. Once they went to the ground, everything went exactly as everyone expected until it didn't. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Mirabella was able to push off the cage, initiate a scramble, escape the omoplata, get the top position, and took the back and choked Riku Urholin.
Yeah, that omoplata, if you don't have that arm around the body, like you end up getting that. They escape and you're in potentially a world of trouble. Still, there are improvements here for Riku Urholin. I wasn't, entirely displeased with what I saw. He did land some heavy shots on the feet. Look, he's still very, very young in his career here. 1 and 2, lots of time to improve.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Sinkkonen has gone to stop this fight after 4 minutes and 51 seconds of the first round. Winner by rear naked choke, Michele Mirabella!
There you have it, Michele Mirabella, victorious by way of rear naked choke. We now go to the interview.
Michele, congratulations, that was a great victory. What do you think about tonight's fight?
Abbiamo preparato questo match a tavolino, io e il mio match, il mio coach, ed è riuscito tutto alla perfezione. Thank you.
He prepared this match, a very tough match. He thanks me for coach, and I'm very happy for this victory in Finland. Thank you, Finland.
Michele Mirabella!
That long preparation time seems to have done the trick here tonight. Michele Mirabella victorious in a comeback victory, it felt like. He was put in some tough spots early on, but he pulled out a win here tonight and looked impressive in doing it.
You are about to experience the cage.